welcome back to Linda's Everyday Life. Today I'm going to go ahead and be recording a voiceover. It has been a couple of days, so I'm just doing an intro at the moment. But right now I'm just going to enjoy a cup of coffee and go ahead and start doing a voiceover for my latest video, which is a cleaning and decorating of my kitchen. I did do it more of a deep cleaning in this video, so that's the plan. So I hope you stick around, and just keep in mind that this is not going to be a overly decorated thing. I do go all out for Christmas, but not for not for fall, just because I work all day and then that's a lot of extra stuff to clean. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, so I go all out and I tend to decorate a lot, and it does involve more cleaning, but it's always a good thing to have a home when you walk into Christmas time and be like, forget all about everything that happened all year. So I hope you stick around, and thank you for watching.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the dishes. I do have a few dishes from breakfast time that needs to be washed, dry, and put away. So while I'm washing dishes, I figured I would go ahead and take the time to reintroduce myself. My name is Linda, and I am a 32-year-old mom of two, a 7-year-old who's almost 8. Next month in October, she'll be 8, and a 2-year-old. He still has a while to turn 3, so a 2-year-old. And so right now I'm just continuing to wash dishes, and I do have that cup that I'm taking off the sticker now because I left it on for too long, but it hasn't been my go-to cup for the last week or so. So now I have to take off the sticker, and it was a little hard, so now I'm using a spoon to take it off.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around, but there's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but
okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dry and put away the dishes I just washed. I did forget to mention earlier that I have been married for 10 years and I have been with him for 12 years, so it's been quite a while. I do actually work away from the house. I go into the office from 6:30 to around 4 or 5, depending on the day and also my workload. So I'm working about 8 to 10 hours away from the house. I'm leaving the house around 6 in the morning and not getting back until after I get out of work and pick up the kids and all that. So it's usually a long day for me.
maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk.
Okay, so I just went ahead and started cleaning the caddy that I put the soap, the hand soap, and the dish soap and the sponge in. So I did just use the sink brush, and then I went ahead and dried it off, and then put the everything back in there, and then started cleaning the sink. I usually wash the sink about 3 times a week, and every other day, and on in betweens I just clean it out with a cloth and just like a cleaner.
Too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious.
Okay, so right now I'm just cleaning it with a cleaner and the dust cloth, because if you've ever worked with HOs, if you leave even a little bit, it becomes white and you leave streaks in whatever you're cleaning. So you want to make sure you get all of it off. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And just as a heads up, I don't know if you could hear it in my voice. I sound a little funny because I have been sick for 2 weeks. So this is me doing a voice even though I'm sick. But anyways, I have moved on from the sink, and now I'm cleaning the countertops. So a little more about ourselves. We actually just moved into this house in March 2020, so we're a little over a year ago. We actually moved in just before the pandemic hit our side, and we moved in a week before we were asked to stay home. So we got very, very, very lucky on that. And so we have been in this house for about a year. And our house isn't, it's our first home. We've always just rented, so we've never actually bought a house, and this is our first house that we bought, and I absolutely love it. I'm very comfortable here, and it has more than enough space for us. So that's actually a great thing.
Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you. Something.
Okay, so like I mentioned, we are new to this house, but it is an older house. So we got very lucky to where the house has only had one previous owner, and they pretty much raised their kids here and just lived out their lives here in this house, which is an amazing thing. And I hope that we can love the house as much as they did. So it is a little bit of it was a little bit outdated, so we have done quite a bit to it. We have painted all the cabinets. They were an oak color, like an oak color. They were just outdated, but we did paint them white, the top cabinets, and the bottom navy blue, like an enchanted blue, I believe is the color. The the white is a little, it does get dirtier, but it brightens up the room a lot, so I do like it. I do foresee them getting even more dirty once the kids are older, so that's something that we'll be dealing with at that point. So the on the countertop, that thing that I'm cleaning right now with the Lysol wipes, it's actually a cutting board, and I do use that sometimes. I do have cutting boards, but I do tend to use that one once in a while. So, okay, so I'm moving on to the stove now. So we do have several updates that we still want to do up to the house. It is more about the money restraints, so we're gonna go ahead and do them as they come. This year was a big year for things that we needed at that moment. Like the paint wasn't so bad to do the cabinets, but then our fridge gave out, so we needed the fridge. Our stove, the one that came with the house, was really outdated and didn't work to its full extent, so we needed to replace that. Little things that have come and gone through. So you will be seeing a lot more updates as we do it ourselves. So hopefully you enjoy some projects as we go. So right now I'm just cleaning, and I am using several products for the stove, especially I use this stove countertop cleaner that I found, and it actually comes with a little blade, a razor blade, and then you can actually cut off any, like not cut off, but take off any burnt pieces from the stove, which is actually helpful because I'm a mess. I'm usually always in a hurry, and so I tend to cook and tend to be messy, which is why I clean a lot. So I'm finishing the stove, and cleaning the appliances, and I'll move on to the microwave in just a moment.
About you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only
already cleaned the microwave. So now I'm just cleaning the surface of like the bottom cabinets and the dishwasher. So I do have a dishwasher. The problem is it does not work. It has a leak and we haven't figured it out. But it's an older dishwasher, so we might just replace it when the time comes. But it is an unnecessary spend right now. Um, so I am cleaning the cabinets. They don't get as dirty. It's a darker color, so it's not as bad. So just wiping those off, and then we're gonna move on to the fridge.
Just gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. I get too drunk and too scared.
Okay, like I mentioned, my fridge is actually new. So we went ahead and got a fridge that we both wanted quite a bit. So that'll be coming with us no matter where we're at. But it is one of my favorite purchases that we have gotten. I love it completely. So we're just cleaning the outside now. I'm cleaning the walls around the stove. Like I said, I have kids, so they tend to have dirty hands and things like that, and it doesn't look like it, but it is messy. So now I'm cleaning everything. So right now I do have a baby gate in the kitchen to go to the living room. So we have a puppy. He is actually almost a year old, and he is a troublemaker. So that's the whole reason we have a baby gate. So the baby gate is to keep the dog in the kitchen if needed. He has been having trouble potty training, which is why I have paper towels on the top of my fridge a lot. So he gets it about 97% of the time, and then that 3% of the time he decides he doesn't want to do it. And so we have paper towels to clean that. So right now I'm cleaning everything, the walls, and sorry, and it was very dusty, so I'm cleaning the walls and the fans that I hadn't done for quite a bit of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the walls, and then I'll move you along.
And lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us, gotta say the obvious.
Okay, so since I was already cleaning the walls, I decided to just tackle those baseboards as well. It's amazing how dirty things get, like the walls and the baseboards. I understand the walls with having small kids, especially in the kitchen, things get so dirty. So I'm cleaning all those and tackling all the baseboards as well.
Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us, gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Okay, this is me dusting the windows. You will see me remember that my husband had told me that they come off. So I figured it out. I figured how to take it off. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and dust that and use the vacuum to clean all the sand that accumulates, and then go ahead and clean both sides of the window. I did struggle putting them back in, so my husband actually did that, so you won't have video of that, but he was able to put them back in. So yeah, that happened.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't kid around. But there's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should.
Okay, so I do use clean like paper towels to clean the mirrors, all the mirrors and all the windows in my house. I know that there's like claws, but I have not found one that I like, and so I still use paper towels on that, and it's okay. It's not everything has to be equal friendly. Yes, this is our environment and we want to protect it, but sometimes there's there's gonna be exceptions, and so I do use paper towels on that. So I'm cleaning the windows, and then you'll see that I figure out, oh, I might as well take off the other one and then figure out how to put it, because at this point I had already discovered that I had no idea how I was going to put it back in, and that I figured I'd tackle both of them at the same time.
Slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Okay, so now that the windows are put magically back in by my husband, I am going ahead and cleaning the walls around it, and just I'm not sure what it's called, the ledge, I guess, around the window, and also the baseboards.
Too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like.
Okay, so this little corner gets really dirty, amazingly so. So, like I mentioned, we do have the puppy who gets let outside quite a bit, just throughout the day, and then we have kids. So somehow this gets really dirty, the door, but also the corner where the trash is also gets really dirty. The wall itself gets dirty because my kids are young, and so no matter how careful they are, they always tend to spill stuff if they're throwing away something with food in it or something like that. And so I have to clean. And I know it doesn't look like it on the video, but it is dirty and there is food that gets stuck. And no matter how weekly I clean it, it's there. And the door to the garage doesn't get that dirty. My husband usually is the only one that goes in there, but he does go in there multiple times just because he smokes uh, outside. So that's the big deal. Okay, so now moving on to the kitchen table, and you'll see me just moving around some sticks. They look like logs, and so they are toy logs. And what they are is my dad gave my 2-year-old 18-wheeler with like logs on them on the back, and it was one of those big ones. I don't know, makes me think of like Final Destination because I'm from that generation, but those. And so it had logs in it. The problem is that my 2-year-old has taken to hitting my 7-year-old with them and thinks it's hilarious. And so he gets those taken away. I have officially they're hidden, and he will not get them back anytime soon. Yeah, he actually hit her pretty hard one time, and so I gave up and said no. Hey, you're obviously not gonna learn at this point, so we just took it away. He will get them back; they're just put away. But yes, so right now I'm just cleaning and putting the tables up and making sure I clean. So one of my favorite things, another favorite things that I have gotten is I got that high chair thing for my son. It's like a little seat, and it ties to the bottom of the chair, and so he can sit with us at the table. I did get that when he was 2, So just before he turned 2, I got that, and it's actually a space saver. I don't have to deal with the big, bulky kitchen like a baby seat anymore, which was amazing. So now I'm sweeping. So another big home project that we did ourselves was we went ahead and did the tile in all the kitchen, the throughout the living room, and the hallway. We had a really old vinyl, very outdated floor in those spaces, and we were only gonna do the kitchen, and then my dog destroyed the living room. He was small, so he didn't know any better. He destroyed the living room, and so my husband's all like, let's just do everything, which was what I wanted, but it was not intentional that the dog destroyed it. Kind of like a good opportunity. So we went ahead and did the whole floor ourselves, which was a big project, especially because we've never done it before. But I think it came out pretty good. The only thing is, if you ever do tile, don't do white grout. I figured out way after that it is gets really dirty really easily, and it takes a lot of upkeep. And with 2 kids, a dog, and a job, and honestly, just life, it's hard to keep up. So no white grout for future reference. Okay, so now I'm mopping, and I do like my Swiffer yet. I do have a Bisel, one of those with the pads, but I have discovered that I don't actually love it as much as I thought, because it takes forever to dry. It is, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not a fan of it. The cleaning solution leaves the floor a little sticky, and I follow the instructions on the water. It's not that complicated, but yeah. But I'm not a fan of it too much, so I went back to the Swiffer. Okay, so this is everything I'm gonna be using to decorate the kitchen with. A lot of it is from last year. There are a few exceptions that I have actually done this year, and a few things I have updated as well. And I do like the fall color, the pumpkins and the oranges. Okay, so this is my owl, and I actually had got it last year in the Dollar Tree, but this year I updated it. I added a ribbon, so the middle to the inside, so that you could see a pop of orange on both. And it has 2 different types of ribbons. One is a plain thick orange shiny ribbon, and the other one is a thin, like um glittery ribbon, and I'm actually really proud of it. I don't know, it was just a creative moment that I was like, oh, let's do that. Okay, so I don't do a lot of decorating in my kitchen, like I said before, just a lot of upkeep, and I spend a lot of time in the kitchen when I'm home. It's just normal. But right now I'm changing the bucket. So I have a snack bucket, and for throughout the year I have different buckets. That actually yellow one was actually from Easter, and I've had it out since Easter with updated candies and things like that. So every time I run low, I just refill it.
Who's getting lie to you? If only you knew I would die for you. One of us, gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Okay, so this is me coming up with solutions. I thought that after I added the bucket and the cup, which I have been using for over a week, so that's been out, but I thought it looked still pretty bare. It wasn't fall enough in my head. So I went ahead and found the thick orange ribbon that I used on the owl, and figured out if I could make ribbon, like little bows on it. So the first one that you just saw, it was too small, so I had to recut it and redo it. So I figured I would do it one, like one, do one every other, do a bow.
I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say.
Okay, so right now I'm adding a little few touches. I'm adding an oven mitt and a dish towel that I actually use to dry the dishes. And so I just changed that in every season. And then I'm going ahead and drinking some water because I've been moving around all day. And then I am now decorating the microwave on top of the microwave. I am adding a few pumpkins and a sign that is either from Dollar Tree or Dollar General. I'm not sure. It might be Dollar General. But yeah, and then also have my husband's whiskey container on decanter on top of the oven as well. It adds a nice little color of like copper color to the decoration. So I'm adding some cloths like that we use to dry our hands as well to the stove.
The obvious, nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite parts to decorate inside the kitchen, just because when you first walk in through the door to the house, you actually see this little window, and so it's a nice little pop of color that I like decorating. Okay, so I do have my plant, and it is I'm not sure what it's called in English, but in Spanish it's a Julieta, and it's actually thriving right there. It's doing really, really good, and the window, and so I am not moving that. So I'm gonna go ahead and decorate around it. I will move it to decorate, but other than that, it's staying in that location. I am also okay. So right now I bought this garland from Walmart, and I bought two of them. So it's not the most full garland, but it wasn't expensive. It was just nice little cheap color, kind of cheap garland. So I went ahead and tangled both of them together to make it look more full, and then I am gonna make like a little patch of pumpkins right there on the windowsill. Just a little reminder of fall.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. I get
Okay, so now that I've gotten the garlands to stay, now I'm gonna start adding the pumpkins and the plant back into it. So I got this little pumpkins, the 3 pumpkins from Dollar General this year, and they light up. And I actually love having things that light up during fall and Christmas. It gives such a cozy feel to the house, especially Christmas. I just love the bright colors, and you'll see a lot of bright colors when I decorate for Christmas. Unfortunately, it's only like a month and a half, but it will be okay. I always enjoy that month and a half. But I'm adding little pumpkins everywhere, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my plant. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I was gonna add it, but I didn't wanna remove it from where it's doing so good. So I'm just gonna incorporate it.
Gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Okay, so this is me adding the pumpkins throughout and just spreading them apart. The goal is to actually get a few real pumpkins and also make them the center, like adding one here and then maybe one in the living room, things like that. So it won't be like a lot of real pumpkins, but they will stand out. And so I am just finishing them, and then you will see that I changed my mind and I will go ahead and take off some stuff. Okay, so I have decided that I was adding a ribbon, so I took it off and then I added the ribbon and then put it back in. So I really like how it's just a pumpkin patch. I will like to maybe next year add a few whites or maybe some greens, like some different color pumpkins, and then that will make it even brighter for next year or more colorful. Okay, so I'm adding this welcome sign to the top, and like I said, you can see this when you walk into the front door. And it's just, I got that one from Dollar General. Okay, so this is the final product, and it's a very cozy feel. There's the signs and pumpkins everywhere, the color orange, definitely fall. And now my kitchen is really clean, and it's been a week and thankfully has stayed. I've just maintained it. So here's my owl, and you can definitely see the ribbons and the different colors. And then my cup and everything. And I do change the hand soap. I don't know if you saw that little detail. And just changed it for an orange one. And then the cloth towels and the little detail. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope that you will come back and watch some more videos and subscribe. I know I am new to YouTube, but it is something that I am very excited about. So let's go ahead and try and build a community where we can make each other's lives easier with tricks and just motivation, which is so hard to come across. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you in a few days. Thank you.